what is the content creation process at 2IIM? Fine. What do we do differently? Fine. How do we create content? How do we construct this? That's what I'm going to talk about. We're taking one question as example. Fine. So why am I taking this particular question? Is because this has been stolen widely. Guys, take our content and showcase it as their own. I'm very paved with it. I'm very angry at this. This is my own process of kind of catharsis. At least I'm venting. I've raised the issue with all the providers, all our competitors, all the forum merchants, the guys who do peer generated, user generated garbage, which is not user generated but user pilfered. I've told this and raised this issue with a number of them. They don't take this seriously enough. So I've taken the option of trying to reach out to students and tell them that at some point of time, students have got to say, look, this kind of plagiarism is wrong. And unless that happens, this is going to continue forever and ever. And so, and then there's got to be an appreciation of what goes into content creation for that to happen. I'm trying to showcase that. Right? I'm going to showcase that with a simple question. A sphere of radius r, this one, is cut by a plane at a distance h from its center, thereby breaking the sphere into two different pieces. The cumulative surface area is 25% more. Find this. Right? So, the idea behind this question, we all know that if you have a sphere, if you cut it right at the center, you'll create two hemispheres. You create it right at the pole, you have one sphere and something very small. The closer to the center you go, the bigger the cut will be. And so that's the intuitive idea. A kid will tell you that. And so we build on that and then say, if you're right at the center, you create a whole circle of the original radius r. You go slowly further and further away from the center, the circle becomes smaller and smaller. And that again we know. You can sense it. So the question here, we need to add math to it, would be to say, look, if you're so much distance away from the center, then what will be the size of your circle? That's a natural question. We flip that question and then say, we create a circle which has been constructed and that increases the area by 25%. Why 25%? Because from 4 pi r square to 5 pi r square, that means a pi r square gets added. There are two circles. So each has radius, each has area pi r square by 2. So that radius should be r by root 2. R by root 2 is a wonderful number. There's a Pythagoras theorem involved here. 1 by root 2, 45 degrees. And then after that, this question is a walk. The person that can imagine this shape and diagram can completely appreciate what happens when you cut a sphere and then just write down the answer with practically nothing more to really solve for. Right? But we have done through 3 iterations of this. Taking one intuitive layer, saying if you give the height, it's easy to compute. Given the area, how you compute the height. This again is a heavily pilfered question. So if you Google this and then say, look, let's find out where does it stay. It obviously stays on our website. It's there on YouTube. It's there on SlideShare. It's there on Get My Uni. Get My Uni probably has almost all our questions. And it's there on Unacademy. There are 3 other pages. If I go other pages, I'll be able to find that. EduRev. I don't even know what these companies are. Course Hero. These guys don't really bother to even change write down r by root 2. This says r by 2. Study Res, Maladroit. So it's a bunch of guys who have pilfered this. So I want the student community to kind of take it seriously and say, look, pilfering content is wrong. And so this has been going on for so long and so heavily that somewhere, unless students say, look, this crap doesn't work. If it's a beautiful situation for all the participants. The guy who's sharing the content gets a kick because he or she is thought of as a hero. And because they have come up with this question, it's the perception people are going to rest with. The platform is the best case scenario. They get high quality questions posted there, and some of them choose to monetize these as well. So they make money off it, of content created by somebody else and stolen by somebody else. Mera kuch nahi hai usme. And so the platform gets to gain. Student community, they gain. And so, because you get to see good questions in multiple forums. But what you're losing out on is that there is always, you always have to pay some kind of premium to originality, to good quality original content that has to come through. The guys who do that say, look, chuck it, I'll keep it inside my course, I'm not hosting it free. Then this whole system will kill itself in a few weeks. And so if you're not careful about and slightly finicky about plagiarized content, you're all in trouble. I've spoken to the competitors, I've tried taking the legal route, I've spoken to the guys who are writing it, I've spoken to the platforms who are hosting it. Very often, very often, the platform that are hosting it, the guys who are running the show, their direct employees are the ones who are doing it. Sometimes the guy who owns the platform is the guy who is doing it. They're not ignorant of it. Not like they don't know this. They know this. They kind of condone it. They encourage it. Sometimes they participate in it. And so it's not a secret. This happens. Right? So, but we've got to fight back against it. I know that the chances of something changing here is 1 in 1,000. I'm shooting for that. I'm not going down without a fight. This is my way of saying, look, I'm not going down without a fight.